9, 10. And we wait for the stream to truly begin. Oh, there we are. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. How is everyone doing? I hope you like the setup that I made. You guys can't see it, unfortunately. I have essentially put I just put like three space pictures up. Uh, darn, wish I could show you. Unless you just watch. Whoa, what? Calm down. Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. It's not even it's not even 1 minute past, and we're already using profanity. My mother would be so upset with me. Of course she didn't. I believe you. I trust your word more than anyone else. Specifically you, Valerie, but that's not saying anything. Please do not die on me again. I literally bought the VPN for this. Alright. So, that's fine. Wait, we're talking about Discord, right? I guess so. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm looking for that song. That's like one specific music. It's gonna be hilarious. Oh no, just assume that we're still talking at this point. Alright, I'm gonna have to look this up. Oh, you see it now? Oh, you guys are making me so happy. You're bending to my will as you speak. No, wait, what? Somehow I don't know what just happened. Alright. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Alright. So, hey guys, let me get you started real quick. So last time I left you guys off, um, you guys ended up fighting the Chain King. Uh, wasn't too hard of a fight, even though it all hints pointed out that he might be a candidate for to be a god. Or whatever. The case is that you beat him. You stolen his squirrel's heart. and now you move on to the next stage. Funny thing though, when you actually got to that point, you guys realized that the next world, which was basically a flooded area of darkness, um, has these chains that seem to be holding his daughter down. No longer will they do that as they begin to disappear one by one. So it is both a race against the clock, among other things. But before you got any of that, you guys got an exposition of how this new trial would work. You find out that you've already completed part of that. All that's left is to help some of your friends out, take on that next step, and Shava was the one to get that help. You guys went to find the concept of knowledge, and you did. Unfortunately, you had to take their life, but in the process, you got a spark and some books that I hope Valerie wrote down, because if she didn't, she's not getting my answer of what she actually got. She might as well not have had them. Now it's just a matter of continuing forward. But oh no, you guys got ambushed by some more concepts. One that was the concept of the werewolves, and the other that was the concept of Kitsune. This was both a good and bad thing. The bad thing because you guys got ambushed and now have to deal with them. Good news, Valerie was actually able to do something to her advantage and was able to get the Kitsune to be on their side, among other things. The werewolf, however, wasn't so eager to join you guys, leaving Fenrir to come in and do his thing to make him submit. However, that didn't really go so well when everyone started getting scared that, you know, maybe things aren't going so well. So Mishi steps up and was like, all right, wake up, Agaron. Unfortunately, that did not work, and that pissed Fenrir off. However, his wrath was too much for the body of Acheron to contain, so he had to retreat for the time being. This leaves everyone in a weird stupor as no one knows what to do next, leaving the. Wait, what? Oh no. Crap! All this time I've been saying things. Oh, you didn't. You. Oh, whatever. Case is that you guys are now in the presence of this girl who. Oh, cool. Yeah, Fenrir got punched. Fenrir retaliated, but too much power in Agron's body, so Fenrir retreats. And now you guys are dealing with swords above your head as a girl is floating around them. Good times. Good times. Anyway, that's what you guys are dealing with. What do you want to do? Or rather, I guess I should start like this. So you were the ones. It seems that you might have been the ones who have killed my father. Is that true? I'm not upset. I just wanted to know. Yeah, no point in knowing it now. The old man's dead, and I'm now free to move on. Yeah, but don't think I'll be doing you any favors. Even if you, even if you freed me, even though you freed me, you still killed my father. So I call that even. Whatever. You kind of watch as like the concept of werewolves rises up. Uh, so the one. So you're finally out of all that mess. Well, I guess that. I guess I can always have a good day if nothing else. What are you getting at? I have some pent up aggression and that I've recently built up. And you, well, you've been the crown jewel of this place for a long time. The one spark that everyone wanted but could never get to. Most people, most of the concepts here couldn't even get past the chains, but now that the chains are no longer here, well, that's one step up too easy to get past. You watch as he like, you watch as he crouches over as the red lightning begins to jolt around his body. I'm gonna be taking that spark away from you. You watch as he like floats down to the point of to the point where she her feet touch the ground. You really think you can take my spark away? I can definitely try. I'll take I'll take what I can get, but that's for but it's first come first. It's first come on the spark though. No, I'm good. Really? What am I? What am I to you? One of your friends? Whatever. Go on. You can take the first hit if you like. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'll be worse for wear when all this is over. You watch as a low growl comes from him. Let's see here. Can this do the thing? Wait, that's the wrong thing. No, my music. This is it. Hold on. I'm waiting. What? I'm waiting. Jesus Christ. All right. First come, first serve, yeah? Let's see how this all boils down. First attack is going to be from the concept of werewolves, then. Ah, crap. Don't have my physical dice on me. Oh well. I need to be more prepared. All right. So you watch as cracking the wood beneath his feet, he makes a mad dash for her, making the first attack. So 7. All right. You watch as she avoids the first punch, and then he uses his hind legs to try and attack her. That misses. Um, Next attack, still misses. Um, then Agaron, you feel an familiar energy flow through the air as he makes 2 more attacks. They all still miss. You just watch her. You just watch her dance around. You just watch her dance around all of his attacks. Hmm. Well, well. I'll give you another round. Come on, try. At least try this time. I'm just getting warmed up. And you watch as like his body bulks up, and more of the red lightning shoots from his body. All right. All right. First, first attack would have hit. Actually, no. Hold on. Does it still hit with this? You watch as you watch as it's about to hit her, but many of the swords come down in the shape of the shield. Uh, the swords kind of give way to the punch, uh, and now there's this wall between her and him, just big enough to like block her from the punch. But then you watch as he quickly uh, turns around, getting around the wall so he can try and hit her again. This time he actually is able to land the punch on her. All right, so that's the first out of two. Second attack hits as well. No, excuse me, that's the third attack that hits. The yeah, Agaron, you feel the energies move through again. Fourth attack misses. Fifth attack hits. So that is three attacks that hit in total, which means on her. All right, so that's three attacks. Ah, I forgot. Yeah, going all out. Ah, Jesus. I forgot to put the music on loop. There we go, better. All right. So he has to do three times the damage. All right, cool. So 6d8 plus 12 equals 35 points of damage on her. Yeah, she still looks fine. All right. So she has to make some saving throws. Uh, Con for stun. All right. She has to. You watch as the lightning seems to like give her a jolt, but she breaks free of that. Uh, that is that is now she's now at two legendary uh resistances and strength for prone. And that and the third attack knocks her down. You watch as um you watch as he begins to do what you can only assume are hand signs, and you watch as a lightning copy of him comes comes out. Now I got you. All right, that's gonna make an attack. All right, this one hits, and let's see, another 11 points of damage. It's dying, but hopefully it survives. Anyway, so um, you watch as the floorboard beneath her like crumbles and cracks to the point where she like is pushed down into the water below. Ah, did I go overboard? Ah, well, it's not like the spark won't be there when she when she eventually drowns. All right. So in that regard, you watch as the water begins to bubble and she bursts out of the water, uh, kind of kind of dripping in this black liquid. You watch as the damage that she took, all the bruises that she got from the attack, some of the claw marks as well, begins to heal. begins to heal around her. All right, not bad. But now it's my turn. All right. So you watch as some of the swords dissipate from the shield she made, and she's gonna make her own attacks with the flying swords. Hit, 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 and hits. All right, that is 3 hits. 9d10 plus 9. That's 65 points of damage. You see as these three swords like rip into him, almost like driving, almost like uh, almost like shredding his astral form into sunder. Um, you watch as he tries to block some of it, and he does, but it's not enough. He practically is like on his knees as like the electricity begins to die down. Are you done yet? But as she but as she says that, there you watch it. You see as the kitsune runs up and joins the fight. You watch as she claps her hands together and forms a quarterstaff. All right, let's see what she's got here. You watch as you watch as she creates these three bursts of dark energy to get thrown at her. Let's see. Miss, miss, and another miss. You watch as the girl takes a sword and like blocks each attack, but then the quarterstaff comes down onto her, um, cause causing she basically is able to hit her on the head before she's able to properly block it. And this is on the girl, not the kitsune. It's 9 points of damage. Yeah. No, she didn't. Jesus, you gotta pay attention. You watch as the concept of werewolves comes up behind her and with advantage will attack her. First attack. Okay. That hits. Second misses. Hits. Key. Hits. Hits. I believe that's 4. Alright. '40. Alright. Alright. This dude is not, he might be near down, but he isn't, he's far from out. As he just wails into her at every given chance. Each hit does like a shockwave to her system. Um, and you watch as like every time he does, more electricity just dances off of his fist. So, all right, all right, saving throw time. All right. Saving for legendary resistance again. And strength. All right. And you watch as like that last attack pushes her forward, causing the Kitsune to uh, combine her efforts with that attack. All right. She misses though. Before the girl is able to run into you guys, she like stops herself midair. All right, you're deaf. I guess I shouldn't have taken you lightly. All right. You watch as her body begins to heal once again. All right. So you watch as she takes the sword, and her sword begins to light up with this sort of radiant and energy, and she like blitz towards him once again, rolling to hit, hits one more time. All right, how much? Okay, plus. You watch as she slices him straight up the middle as this radiant energy like uh does a huge line across him, shooting up into the air, almost touching the ceiling. And you just hear him roaring in pain as his body begins to like deteriorate and disappear. And all that's left is the shining spark around it, just crackling energy. She she like lets go of the blade and like grabs onto the spark, but before she could do anything with that, the the kitsune tries to like stop her, but she dances out of the way using the last two of her swords to try and cut her down as well. Misses, hits. 18 points of damage. All right. Well, that was easier said than done. You hear the kitsune scream, "Come back!" And she tries to um fight off. Hits, hits, misses. Plus. Man, that was pitiful amount of damage. Unfortunately, at the end of her turn, uh, you just watch as um, she takes. So you watch as like the swords begin to circle around her, the kitsune, and dexterity saving throw on her. Well, she's able to like dodge most of them as she takes 60, 10 points of damage. All right, that is six. Not great. Yeah, she the kitsune just falls to the ground. That wasn't too bad of a fight. I almost I almost lost there. All right. You watch as all the swords disappear, and he watches the girl begins to fly away with the spark in her hand. The wolf spark, the one that was defeated. Yeah, Wolfie Boy died. As soon, oh no, she's already moving to try and get the spark back. Yeah, she's good luck trying to jump on buildings and uh leaping to the level of the. I mean, you could try. Unless you use Arcana to activate your dragon mark, you don't. Yeah, no. Acrobatics. Because at this point, one of two things is going to happen, and I don't think any of you will like it. Okay, cool. As soon as the Kitsune is about to cast another form of Eldritch Blast, the girl turns around and summons more swords, crushing her within the swords. She goes back and collect that spark as well, and continues to leave. Arcana check. Okay. Do you want to grab both of them? All right. So basically, reality warps in such a way that time is distorted and space is no longer a concept. As you basically, I don't know which one does it best. I don't know what the best way to explain this, but you're basically able to like swap swap reality to where you grab both sparks and end back where you started. Yeah. Uh, uh, they kind of do. The only one who doesn't realize what happened is the girl floating in the air now realizing that her sparks are her sparks are gone. Okay. All right. You want to try and dimension you want to try and dimension door everyone else here? Let's find out. Uh All right. All right. All right. Let's see how Brim handles this situation with an intelligence of 0. Let's go. Yeah, no. How? How do you don't know? Jesus Christ, no. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. Anon, what? I don't think that works for Dimension Door. Valerie, think for a minute. But no, like, read to me what it says, Nick, so that way I can, like, actually give you an educated answer. If I read, I mean, like, post it on, like, the chat, so I can read it myself. Oh, my bad. Let me see. Class, sorcerer. When you roll, yeah, no. No, it's just for damage. All right. So now that you guys are trying to run away from this goddess who's like, you sneaky bitches. Can all of you acrobat your way out of here? Uh, wait, what? I'm gonna tell you grow wings, tails, claws, and teeth. You do not grow in size. You do not become a dragon. That still probably wouldn't work as well as you might think. Though with ecstasy here, it might work better. Hmm. Yeah, trying to think. Because I think she would count as a large creature at that point. So at least it would. And that's a stretch. Like, I am considering Romilius, Tessa. I'm considering Romilius. I am counting Romilius. What I'm saying is, like, a large creature is like the size of a horse. A horse could, in theory, carry like 3 people, maybe. And then the fact that what? Yeah, but the thing is, at that point, we're now like getting weight involved, and at that point, even if like ecstasy is strong enough, which she kinda is, she would still have to like consider the fact that she's reducing her movement speed. So as the swords are flying towards you guys, as you're trying to avoid getting hit, do you have any other things you can do? Because if you don't have anything immediate, that's a dexterity saving throw on all of you. Sure. Just keep in mind that the next time he does that, that's an immediate chaos uh, thing. Well, let's not say that. Yes, yes. All right then. Oh yeah. Yep. Sure. I don't know psionic glasses. Let me look up. Yeah, let me try. Yeah, you're running. I mean, dust is a concept that exists. What? So, wait. You want to use Dust Devil? Oh, you guys are running and Valerie is like contemplating on every last thing she can in order to save your lives. Oh yeah. Can will she be knocked prone? That's the thing. See, there's this thing called legendary resistance. So remember when I said legendary resistance? That's the thing. She has to fail a con. She would have to fail a con save if I'm reading this right, which I'm. Don't think I. Hold on. Dust up. Wait, hold on. Wait. Dust double. Choose an unoccupied space, an elemental force, and any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the dust devil must make a saving throw. On the sex, on the bonus, sounds. Uh, it does not naturally blind people, Valerie. It's like a little elemental though. And when I say little, I mean it's about large size, but even then, that's just something she has to keep in mind. All right, we're back. We're alive. Please, for the love of God, do this again, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my God. Smoke bombs, you said? Yeah. Or at the very least, you would hope so. Yeah. All right. So you're able to. So, all right. All right. Everyone roll dexterity saving throw as you go ahead and throw a smoke bomb down. This is an area of effect spell. It's not really something you can like that affects. Damn. No. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Brim didn't take that. Ecstasy. I'm so sorry. Damn it, ecstasy. Okay, Shava's fine. Brim and Shava are taking half. All right. All right. Remilius, Remilius, you take none of the damage as if any of you rolled below a 15, you're taking full damage. Okay. I'm sorry, Mishi. That's on spells, Valerie. All right. Well, Gabby, you take half that anyway. No. Yes. You guys are able to like disperse, but you realize that she still is able to like uh blow away the smoke. You guys are like out. You guys are out of the sight, but like you're still dealing with that. She's like hunting you down and everything. So who's with who right now? Because I would imagine you guys would have dispersed. So who's with who? Because it's okay. Of course. All right. Let's see. So there are three groups, right? Right, but that doesn't mean you end up together. And unfortunately, you chose your group. So, uh, Agaron, you're hold on, Agaron, A- Agaron, Agaron, you're with Anon. Tessa, you're with Vermilius. Mishi, you're by yourself. In that order, you are those group numbers. Group one, two, and three. First one is ecstasy. All right. Brim. All right. Brim is with Mishi, and Shava is with Tessa and Romilius. Yeah. Now, who is Blade Girl going after? Oh, look at that. Well, no, because now that I think about it, she would go after Anon because he has the sparks. No, Brim is with Mishu. Ecstasy is with Agron and Anon. All right. So Shava is like, okay, I need a moment to like gather up enough power in order for me to cast a spell. Just the energy here will be enough. Just give me time. Just give me a moment of time. I'll make sure to save everyone. It'd be easier if we stayed still. And with Anon being the target, he will be she won't come after us, so it won't be much of a problem. Just make sure nothing bothers me, please. And she like begins to focus. You feel the you feel the area feel uh less dense with magic as she begins to absorb it. Mishi, you're running with Brim, and Brim is still trying to activate his Dragon Mark to see if he can help out. After the battle's over, they disappear, and no, that's not how that works. Yeah, I can't. I was able to get it the first time, and now I can't do it anymore. You can, you can definitely try it. That's an Arcana check. Uh, medium size, I think. Yeah, I was right. Medium size. No, 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 I can't. You watch it. The girl to whom I will uh I'm gonna pass the name on to you guys. Um, Ren Rinsa the Chain Princess. She starts flying towards you guys at breakneck speeds. And Ex Ecstasy Ecstasy summons her sword and tries to block the incoming attack. Maybe. You watch as as Ecstasy tries to block the attack with her sword. You watch as the girl Rinsa, she takes her leg and kicks Ecstasy in the face, knocking her through a wall. Please don't make this difficult. I really need to get to the end of all this so I can finish what I started. Uh, Aggron roll to hit. This is a turn for you, so you can do all you can to fight her if you like. I'm not making you roll initiative. Who said you couldn't activate your dragon mark? I didn't. That misses. Yeah. As you miss the first attack, she begins to like float towards Anon. All right. So as that hits, like these swords begin to materialize behind her, and this wall of swords, acting as three-quarters cover, uh, blocks your attack. Yeah, and with it being three-quarters cover, she's no wait, I'm not gonna do that. You can still like move around it though, just like the wolf boy. Yes. She not only she not only blocks it, but she grabs your fist. I know that trick has already been done to me. And with that, if you like, she tries she well, I guess this will count. She tries to hit you back, but you're able to like slip out of her hand grip. Um Anon, what do you want to do? You say that as the sword appears behind you. Yes. 12 damage on Aggron. No, but this isn't a battle against mere mortals anymore. Yes. All right. So roll your Arcana check, and then I need to figure out what's happening with Acheron. Not Acheron, Anon. No. All right. So after you get sliced in the back, it's like, huh. Well, if nothing else, at least you, at least you're getting somewhat better at calling on my aid. So, how should we kill this one? Your your hellhound with your hellhound with blue fire appears beside you. All right. So, speaking of in hand, Anon, you're looking at the two sparks in your hand. Once carrying the life of concepts, now just these balls of unbridled energy. You've never held a spark in your hand, but they're basically like these uh, warm balls of fire, uh, not burning your hand, but still, it's like, man, these are really hard to hold. Yes, I'm good at what I do. I didn't say that. So, what do you want to do, Anon? One has like blue fire, the other one has red lightning. Yeah. Shaba essentially just took the spark and pressed it against her chest until it was completely absorbed, Shaman King style. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if you did it anywhere else. We can keep going if you want. There we go. I got it. They got the redo on the anime on Netflix. Or does he? Okay, I'm kidding. So you take the fire from the Kitsune, and let's see if we got something in here that could. Ah, no, darn, I use that song a lot. Oh, I got one. Give me 1 minute. Dang, that's dark. All right. All right. So you take the fiery ball of energy and you slap it onto your chest. It slowly presses against your chest until it's completely absorbed. So that's how it is. You hear a voice in the back of your head. You're almost in like this different reality as time slows and stops. So is this really how it ends for me? When Hey guys, be quiet for 1 minute. I don't know. This was bound to happen one way or the other. I guess we weren't worthy to go up to the surface. Hmm. I got no regrets. But it seems like you still have a lot to deal with, don't you? Things that you have to work out. Hmm. I only recently gained the desire to leave this place not too long ago. That desire is not strong enough for me to think any other way. But if you do need me, don't hesitate to ask. We are one. You and I are one, and I'm no longer, and my concept will fade into yours. Just take care of my brother for me, however that turns out. And you eventually, and through your, on the outside, oh boy, how do I even begin to explain this next part? So, in the same moment that Acheron summons the Hellhound, is the same moment that uh, Anand takes on the Kitsune aspect. Blue, oh yeah, there's a lot of blue fire going around. Blue fire from the flaming tail and flaming ears of Acheron. Blue fire from the Hellhound that is now snarling at this wannabe goddess. She kind of looks at she kind of just looks at both of you as she kind of realizes, I see. I don't remember. And iron and iron and steel. Then, all right. There's one last thing I need to do, and Shaba kind of like snaps her eyes open, and she kind of just sits there, and then she begins to like smile, and then she begins to laugh. Uh, uh, that was a lot of magic all at once. I couldn't be better. I just, I think we're gonna be okay. We'll see. I need to see something real quick. We have to find, we have to find Acheron and Anon. They're the ones with the sparks, so they're the ones being targeted. Yes. All right. Brim, Brim and Brim and Mishi. Brim kind of looks up, and you can see like the flames kind of uh, give light to this whole place. Well, shit. So that's how things are gonna go down from here. And Bram makes his way to the site, assuming with Mishi as well. What does she roll again? 20? Jesus. All right. Wait. Where did he post it? Oh, I see it. Nat 20? Jesus Christ. All right. So, yeah, Mishi is just crackling with sparks all around her. Let's see. Yes. Not the first time using it so much as it's the first time uh trying to activate it. All right. Agaron, a non-roll initiative. You her? Yes. Yeah, you don't. No, non. Just subtract your proficiency bonus. Okay, cool. And don't forget your wolf friend. Uh, yes. Uh, all right, Anon, you're Anon, you're first. All right, so here's something that you have in mind. You have a tail and ears. Your your fingers also count as claws as well, and I need you to make an Arcana check with advantage. All right, cool. Your your sort of uh etherealness does not come out to play this day. All right. Okay. Dragon mark. Okay. All right. Make your move. Well, you're fighting Rinsa. The chain the yeah. No. No. It's an unarmored attack, which in this case will use your dex. Oh, by the way, your chaos doesn't seem to be bothering you right now. Okay. All right. Just remember, it's your turn next. With your boyfriend, it might take. You could stay as long as you need to. Does it have a cost to it? No, it doesn't. Hold on. This spell turns uh, the flesh of a willing creature you touch with the stone. Spell ends when the target. Okay. All right. So swords come out of the woodworks as more swords are being summoned. All right. Does a 19 hit you? All right. 13 damage. No, you're not resistant. Never mind. That's magic damage. The sword is magic. Yes. Okay. All right. Agaron, it's your turn. It's your turn. And Anon needs a health potion. Okay. All right. 15. Okay. So 11. Okay. All right. I hope you can dodge. You don't have to roll. You just have to not get hit. Unless you use the bonus action to disengage. Okay, cool. So you're now near a non. It is your hellhounds. saving throw on her part. Okay. All right, back in blue. Hopefully, because the stream died and it might still be dead. I'm actually upset about this. More than likely. All right. That's a 21 to dodge. That's 21. Deck save. No, she did the deck save. Uh, and the saving throw should be your saving throw. Like your, whatever yours. Yeah. So, so it's wisdom plus 8 plus your proficiency bonus. Okay. Yeah, she got 21. She takes half, 8d6. All right. That is 17. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Acheron on his turn. Anon. Does a 17 hit you? Sorry, I meant Acheron. Oh, that's unfortunate. As another sword comes into your way. That's 23 damage. I don't think that's how that works. God. How do I get this back online? I'll count it. Yes. Okay, there we go. No. Yeah. All right. So you take away 14 from the 23. That should be 9 damage that was dealt to you. All right. All right. So it says it's her turn. You watch as her body begins to heal. Sorry, but I'm taking those back. All right. First attack on an Agaron. Misses. First attack misses. Second attack, 15. Does a 15 hit you, Agaron? Ah, darn. 20 hits as well. The first attack did 16 damage. Okay. Second attack will be on a non. That was a 20 to hit. Another 16. Yeah. Um. So, both Agaron and Anon get knocked out. Um. Yes. All right. So, um, Tessa, Tessa, you watch as like Shaba grimaces a bit, and she like shakes her head and keeps running. I'll be fine. By the time you actually get there, um, you just see Ecstasy drawing her like trying to break herself out of the rubble, and it's just Anon and Agaron kind of on the ground on top of each other. Anon still has the wolf spark in his hand, and there's this like huge pool of blood near where they are. Ecstasy immediately runs up to Agaron. You don't you don't see the girl anywhere. The Yeah, you don't see her, and the pool of blood isn't from like the pool of blood that I described isn't coming from like Agron or Anon. Yes, they do have blood underneath them, but the pool of blood is like 5 feet away from them. You just can't see her. And Brim and Mishi also make it there as well. Yeah, shit. Brim Brim goes over. It's like, damn, I don't have anything to help them get up. Okay. Roll the dice for that. Also, which one are you using it on? What do you want to use your gun for, Mishi? No, I'm saying like, which one do you want to heal up first, Tessa? Okay. No, I don't want to use your gun. There's no one here to use it on. Though I might be better at it than you, arguably. I don't know. Also, you're still crackling with like, uh, gunpowder, Mishi. I think it's like 1d6. So 1d6 plus 4. So roll a 1d6 plus 4. And make sure you're keeping track of your healing kit uses. Yeah, I figured you'd had enough. I just want to make sure you're. No, you never got a chance to. All right. So, Anon, you Tessa kind of brings you back up with your cuts and bruises. Your form is back to normal, and your powers still feel the same. Uh, Go ahead and roll again, Tessa, for Acheron. I mean, sure, if you want. There is that too. Heal. Use up the least. He's like, this crackling sensation is interesting, says Mishi. It must be because of the gunpowder explosive book. Oh, I should have gotten the book for my goals for altruism. What? Agro. Yeah. So yeah, you both come back online. Um, Also, Mishi, the ground beneath you is like getting scorched. How are they gonna get Valerie? Valerie, how are you gonna get more healing potions? Same difference. Here's the thing though, it's a lot easier to buy healing kits than it is healing potions. That fact has not changed. All right, you can't get healing hands as a sorcerer. No, Anon still has the spark. You can't see her. What would it be? Roll investigation on the blood. Why Arcana? Hold on, one thing at a time. So it's that one puddle of blood is not like a non or Acheron's, which you can't. Um, and it's probably not ecstasy's, so it's probably hers. That's all you got though. Sure, you can use the tech magic. I don't know why you think that. Yes. Can't say that I'm a good person, but I can say I'm one who's responsible enough to with this new great power. And Brim just looks over to Mishi when she says that. It's like, no, you're not. Brim is the only one like listening to her. But that's only because he's just making sure that she doesn't blow something up. All right, cool. Uh, every all of you roll a perception check. Acheron got a 9. Romilius got a natural 1. That's hilarious. Tessa got a 10. Okay, thank God for not. Uh, guys, wait up. Let me put on my glasses that dropped off my face. You never had glasses before. That's not the point. Yeah. You, you and Mishi, as well as that was Brim. I keep pressing the wrong button. That was Ecstasy. That's Ecstasy almost gets it, and Shava doesn't see it. Um, Anon and Mishi, you see standing on like the top of the building next to you. Um, is what looks to be a 10-foot tall human with a red Oni mask with black horns coming off of its forehead. The rest of his body seems to be this black mist of armor. Um, oh dear lord. Those are the Oh no, you can still leave. But you notice that when you do, while this person is following you, it seems like no one else is bothering you. No, he's not saying anything to you. He's just watching you guys go, jumping from building to building. You guys hear like combat all around you, but that's mostly to do with like uh these concepts fighting each other. And as he continues to follow you, more and more just seem to like leave you alone. To the what? What chains? Yeah, those chains are gone. Um, Yeah, eventually, you guys get to another port in the city, where you just hear waterfalls all around you as you're closer to the edge of this world. In front of you is this sort of this fishing boat with like you know the ones where it's like you got the fishing poles in the back, this covered up steering area, that kind of boat. Um, that kind of fishing boat. And there is another concept that looks like they have um, these hooks for hair. Not like the whole hair is hooks, but like the edges of their dreadlocks are hooks. And they're just holding on to the steering wheel. And you see on the pier um, is Curion as he's just floating there watching you guys drag each other towards this spot. So you have. It's, it seems that Concepto has seen good potential in you. Hmm. Well, you didn't exactly yell it to the winds. He's just he's just he's just sitting there like all he's just sitting there on the far rooftop. Concepto and I don't see eye to eye. It would be destructive if he got any closer. Okay. But yeah, welcome. More for the pact. But yeah, Hirion with his lantern in one hand tells you guys, you made it to the end. Congratulations. With with the trials? No. With this particular one, yes. If you're this tired already, I'm surprised you wanted to be a god, become a god at all. Hmm. Get on the boat and proceed. The next stage in your journey begins here. All right. Ha ha ha. Um. So you guys all get onto the boat, and hey, Valerie, Valerie, I won't let you sleep if you keep doing that. Okay, now, um, basically what happens is that when the boat starts taking off, it takes a slow pace until it picks up at a normal, you know, normal pace. But it keeps going into the towards the waterfall, um, as if nothing is going to concern it. And it keeps going, going until the front of it hits the wall, and there's this initial jolt from the hit. And then, as that tends to happen, the front of the boat begins to flow upward with the waterfall. And at first, you guys feel the gravity pull you back to the back of the boat as the boat begins to climb upward and upward. But once the boat completely hits an equilibrium with the side, the gravity shifts as if the flow of the waterfall is now the downward, if that makes sense. So you're now just the boat is still the flat surface of gravity. Yes, but not with, but you know, you're not like hugging the bottom of the boat. It's still like you can walk around normally now. It's just weird because when you look up, you see the sides of the buildings, and it's just this weird disorienting look. Uh, as you guys, again, this all happens as you guys are taking a long rest. You guys will eventually like close your eyes and sleep with no need to like keep guard because you know you're safe here. Um, you eventually go through this water barrier at the very top of the ceiling, and when you pass by, the water breaks and you just see this landscape of stars. No longer is the boat floating on water, though what you see is almost as if you're floating on water so clear and reflective that it's like reflecting the stars above you. But that doesn't seem to be the case, as it seems like all around you is nothing but stars and galaxies, and this mix of purple clouds and dark hues, blues, oranges, and all kinds of colors just shining around you. It's almost as if you're looking at the night sky in its purest form, and in the same moment, you're just sailing on water. Welcome to the Sea of the Nyx. Or, I guess, a better way of describing this place. Welcome to the Lake of Skysap. Say that again. Redbeard comes out. Let me see what Mishi said. Initially, I came to just help my friends and the crew, but now godhood is my might, midst, uh, is in my midst. I may as well reach my clawed hand. Agron, can I create a mini fiery hellhound in my hand with my blue flames? Okay, so Agron, roll an Arcana check, and I'll get back to you later. Uh, Redbeard kind of shows up. It takes him a minute to like look at the whole scenery. His eyes are shining for a dead mouse, and he just takes in every single bit. And even then, he just kind of stumbles on his hand, stumble on his feet, like sitting, like landing on his butt. I, I never thought I'd see the day where I once again would see the stars like this. To think that the tree was the one place where I could go oh, to see such a thing again. So close, and yet I never made the journey upwards. Say again? No, no, lad. I'll take my chan I'll take my chances here. I'll stand. I'll sit here if you allow me. I'm living in the past that I know. All right, Agron. Uh, what is anime? Want to ask? This is anime. I don't know if I fully agree, but at this, but at this, but at the same time, I don't know. I can't say they're completely wrong. I just don't agree. Anyway, so Ageron, as you like, as you take a long rest, and well, I would say that you took a long rest. You wake up and you kind of practice summoning your hellhound, and he kind of just pops up in this little pupper form. Let's see. Yeah. They're one that fits the description I'm looking for. Not quite, so I'll make do with what I have. Yeah, you took a long rest. Um, uh, Shava Shava takes the moment to like sit down next to you. Um, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to help you in time. Hmm, I will, thank you. You watch as the pupper like jumps on her hand, and it like does this sort of twirling around, like stamping her hand, and like lies down on her hand, almost to the point of sleeping. She like takes Shava takes like her other hand and like uses her middle finger to like rub the top of its head as like its little furs like ruffles up. The little pupper's tails wags frantically. I, I, I'm sorry. I'm just, I just found, I'm just good with creatures like this. Mm, really, it's no different from the one you summoned before, I believe. It's just a matter of size difference. Your bond with it is quite strong. It's almost like a familiar at this point. And now you have one. And she like scoops, she like slides the little pupper back into your hand to at one in 1 minute is like, oh man, but then realize it's back with you. It's like, oh, this is fine. No, that was a that was a great challenge, but one that I think put us on a better spot. I'm afraid that's I'm afraid that may still not be the case exactly. But hopefully when we do see her again, it will be on better terms. Those swords do a lot of damage, but it does seem like if we can overpower her with our numbers, we could stand a chance. But it's not a fight I'm willing to work through. Hmm. I've heard the stories of what you have done. I fully believe that if you can fight a god once, it shouldn't be too much out of the ordinary to do it again. As am I. I am I'm very grateful for you being. I'm very grateful that you chose to allow me to journey with you. Hmm. I'm most happy with Anon, honestly. He was the one that I talked to first, and he kind of seems like the one who doesn't just let anyone in. I'm glad to hear that. And she like Shaba begins to raise her hand towards your face, then she stops herself. Oh, excuse me. It seems to be a habit I have. I don't mean to. I noticed I've been doing it recently, and I haven't exactly been conservative of myself. I have this habit. It's just a habit of reassurance. Um, it's nothing harmful, I think. It's just I noticed I was doing it a lot, and I didn't know if it was disturbing. Hmm. And she sits beside you as you two mess around with the wolf. Even though this is a small boat, ecstasy goes to Anon. Yeah, that's about right. That's how I felt when we fought the god the last time. She's kind of talking to both Anon and Remilius since they were having this conversation. Remilius to Anon was saying, "Would you like to hand the spark to Agaron? Finmer might wish for it." And then Anon replies, "As much as I distrust Finmer, I do think it would be best suited to him." Uh, yeah, looks at the spark in sadness as it just crackles with energy. Um, but yeah, Ecstasy comes over and is just like mentions like, "Yeah, that's what it felt like fighting a god the first time." You're thinking back to the Green Dragon. Hmm, vaguely. I'm surprised you still remember her. Well, then again, I guess it's not too surprising when I think about it. What about her? Yeah, that does tend to happen. Can't say I feel the same, though. Hmm. Yeah, Rensa is her name. Oh, her. Never mind. My sorry. My bad. Well, yeah, for Tessa. Hey, Tessa, remember when we were talking about how I would take everything away from you if you didn't like be sorry? I know. And this is not a punishment. This is just how the story played out. This is the tip of the iceberg, my dear. Yeah. Hey, roll, roll. Okay, hold on. Roll, roll. No, roll a d20. Tessa, for a moment, you don't see a non. You see uh, the kitsune with her black hair and her unmasked face um, shown to you. It's only for a moment. Yeah, yeah. The Shava comes up and uh, sort of stands over both of you. Ambition was never really the problem. Yeah, it does feel weird at first, but just remember what it means. Just remember that we're aiming for something a little higher than what we normally understand. And what you're after will take time and a lot of effort, more than anything else can. So you'll have to let your you'll have to let your ambitions drive you. And if the spark pushes you forward, sure, be mindful of it. But let the wheels roll down the hill. Oh, yeah, let Tessa. No, Tessa speak. with Vermilius climbing on Agaron's hand, trying to pet the pupper. It shakes a bit, waggling its tail, and with Anon being smaller, can reach the smaller parts more easily, and it's like has its mouth open, tongue hanging out. Mishi speaks. Don't jinx it, Brim. Agaron, post. Cool. Do you feel what you hold is like a? Oh, by the way, that Hellhound's permanent now in that form. Yes. All right. So cool. So, Agaron, and everyone else be quiet as I do this. So, Agaron, you hold the ball of light in your hand. It's warm and you can feel the lightning jolt your fingers, making them twitch unconditionally. You're able to hold it still, but it's this you can feel it weighing your hand down as if you're holding like a 25-pound weight, yet it's still light in your hand somehow. Romilius allows this. Sure. Do you want to like talk to the aspect of the spark as well, or is it just you and Fenrir? Okay, cool. So you begin to meditate and think until eventually you wake up in Fenrir's little space. Yeah, there's just this low growl that vibrates the very air around you. He doesn't answer first. I was waiting for you to speak. How do I explain myself after that? How do I begin to elaborate on what just happened in that moment? How can I possibly explain to you the mentality that I have? How can you understand it? No. To do that, I would have to show you more than just us mere mere surface thoughts. You would have to know more. You would have to see more, and you don't need that. Roll persuasion. What do you want to know? That depends on what the rest of the pack requires of me to trust my authority. How did I know that was going to be your question? Of course it is. Of course, any story that probably still exists in this world would tell about my wrath. The one that killed pantheons. They're not wrong. Even if they paint me as the big bad wolf, in the end, the facts still remain. They took something from me, and I shattered their kingdoms. With my brother and sister, I went to each and every one of them. I slaughtered the king of gods. I've slaughtered the children of mortals. I did everything to death to bring a deafening silence to the gods' reign. All that because they took something from me. My first, two, and only children. I didn't just lose. I didn't just lose my pact. My children killed right before my eyes, or at the very least, as far as my eyes could reach. I could smell their blood in the air. I could sense their cries. By the time I could reach them, I knew that I wouldn't be fast enough to make it, and it was too late. Their mother couldn't do anything. She was not capable to stop them. I know she tried, but trying does little when the results still end the same: death. That was the day my mouth bled with ambrosia, their blood in my teeth. That was the day my fur stood on high where the sky met every fiber of it, and it licked the cold and frost over. My brow pulled so back with rage that my flesh and fur were ripped from my forehead, and my skull shone. That was the day that they feared me. That was the day they knew my name. Every last one of them fell to my blade. Their blood dripped into my mouth from the blade's edge to the scabbard. They couldn't stop me. They couldn't. They couldn't comprehend my brother's size. They could not fathom the spells my sister put out. Before they could handle either, I rushed in and ripped their throats out. Now their bones float around Zopha, for him to chew on their bones as well, if they haven't already been devoured at this point. You don't understand this was never about trust, right? It was a matter of actions. You see, whether or not the pact that we have joined us or not, you were bound by an oath, as I have bound myself to an oath, that you would. I know, for your bond is your word. Yeah, uh, the one who knew my presence. Oh, no, he basically said, like, um, man, that stream died like hell. So no, basically what happened was, he said, what, what do you, what about him? He basically was like, huh, it was funny how he's squirmed seeing me for the first time, but what about him? Hmm. More of a god you become, the more dissonant our connection becomes. That said, it's not like it changes anything. Gods tremble before me. S- Sparks become. Basically, he says, gods tremble before me. Sparks quiver in my name. Should I swear, do what you like. All right, cool. You will have to merge with them though. Shaman King, Shaman King. All right. Well, I mean, you guys, yeah. Well, you have a sparked. Who who has three? Who else has three? Okay, not three. Yeah, yeah. That's my bad. Okay, yes. Wait, no. Who got another spark? I know it's like Anon, Agaron, but who's the other one? Yeah, but Shava got. Yeah, but Shava got the one spark though. Okay, fair enough. All right. So you push the spark inside you, and it just burns as it goes in, and eventually you hear a voice in your head as an image appears before you. Damn it! Well, can't complain. At least I was able to get some hits in her. She was on the back pedal for damn sure. Heh, nah. But you know, well, it doesn't matter. You will live to tell and continue the story to be told. That's all that matters in the end. And the concepts that live and consume the others are the ones worthy to continue on their story. That was the culture that we were raised in, and that is the truth that we have accepted. Ah, God, the stream's dying again. Oh, thank God, no, no, it doesn't. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I just hate how it spikes like that. Anyway, so, on. No, don't worry about my story. My story was not that important to begin with. With you, well, while I'm at your side, well, I hope you keep getting stronger. You and I have some things in common you may have noticed. It is. I didn't notice it at first, but you and I have a similar bond to a certain power that's not like magic. It will. Don't you worry. All right. Uh, you feel this electricity flow through your body, and you're back to your normal state. As like, yeah, Arcana check. Wait, so who asked what question? Oh no, you checked. Like Ecstasy did talk. It was Brim who did. No, Ecstasy did talk. It's Brim who didn't say anything. Uh, or Tuesday, I guess. Brim kind of just it has been sitting there by himself for a long time. Uh, he seems to just be focusing on something. Uh, has his eyes open, but still just continues to meditate there. I mean, it. Wait, was that your Arcana check, the 13? Yeah, it just runs back towards you, but doesn't poof into your hand. Okay. Yeah, XC plays with it as well. Eventually, you guys Eventually, you guys take the benefit of a long rest. You take your rest. And when all of you wake up at a similar time, there comes a point where you see in the distance, it's not a weird angle to you, but you see this uh, giant bird. Let me see. No, it's this huge bird with brilliant feathers, blue, purple, all that. But it's the size of like a dragon. It has a long neck with its body kind of equilibrating it all. Um, and it just watches from a perch branch from where it sits. It's not host. It doesn't seem like it's particularly hostile or anything. Um, it's just sitting on its perch as like electricity kind of shoots from its body. You don't know. Oh no, it's a little too far for you to be able to speak to it. Oh no, it's the closer. It's still like a good distance away. Uh, and you guys haven't passed it yet. The closer you get, um, again, nothing seems to happen. However, you kind of hear from what can only be described as above you, "Ahoy down there!" And what you see, if you decide to look up, is, let me see here. All right, you see this feathered winged humanoid person. Seems like he's almost 10 feet tall, or at least, taller than a normal person. He has this long, uh, curl, sort of thick black hair that flows down his back. His eyes seem to be red. His teeth are sharp in certain places. Um, and his hands are a bit clawed. But everything else about him seems quite normal-ish. Just the fact that he's basically like an Azamar, but bumped up to like the next level. Azamars are Azamars in this world are basically demigods, children of gods. Yeah. They don't have the same kind of like power, but it's still they don't have like they're not stronger than like a normal player character, but they do have connections to their angels, or at least there's an emphasis on it here. Yeah, they're basically like insta nobles. He flies down to your boat and like lands on it, shaking it a bit. I'm good, and you? Hmm. Doesn't look like that to me. Can you say that again? I think I did, but I want to hear it again. Oh, my name is Baller. Baldor. Baldor. Uh, maybe. I haven't left the tree in like a long time, so I don't know what my mother has done. She's already in enough trouble as it is. You know her? Huh, weird. They must call her by a different name. Frag Fraga is the name she that I always go known her by, but I guess Freya is also a same name as well. Well, I mean, you said you were making your way through the tree, and well, you said you were making your way, and I'm thinking, no, you're not. Well, if you're gonna, well, you haven't passed the trial yet, and doesn't look like it. You look like you're just letting the boat take you up to where Arashi is, and that's why I'm here because a lot of people die at this point. That's why I'm here because a lot of people die at this point, and it's kind of unfortunate because they don't know what to do at this point. Some stumble upon it, but there's no one here to like explain it. No, no problem. First off, he points to like the giant bird watching you guys intently now. That is a. Oh, hold on. Hey, hey, ferryman, can you stop for a minute? The ferryman like stops the boat. Okay, now we're safe. Anyway, so that right there is Arashi no Aoi. Aiwa. or something like that. Can never get it right. No, she literally was given the nickname Minor Nick Storm, or the Minor Storm of the Knicks. Rolls off the tongue more if I think about it like that. Anyway, her job is to make sure no fancy adventurers try to just pass on through this part without at least experiencing the trial. Now, to be fair, there have been people who fought Arashi and defeated her. Some have even gotten past, but she always comes back. And of course, people who just pass this part never really get to experience what they need to pass on, which is why people fail at the later half. There's just endless amount of space that might also be water. The only place that seems to be perchable is the branch that Arashi's on. Oh, oh, very simple. He like takes his massive hands and like dips them into the water. Still kind of weird because it outside of maybe the ripples that are around the boat, the place that he puts his hands still seems to be like endless sky. But at some point, he there's this point where his hand touches what seems to be water that ripples, causing this weird distortion effect on the water surface. And it's so weird because it's like the ripples also seem to affect the sky as well, but you don't know where the sky actually touches and where the water meets. For all you know, all of this is water and all of it is sky. Anyway, he takes a bit of the water that once out of the congregation of water seems to go back to this more dark blue color. You take a sip of this, and you're supposed to go on a special journey. Now, you can drink as many as you can, and it gets easier to um, dip into the trial. However, it does tax your body the more you drink it. That being said, that's not to say that it will kill you. I promise. It won't kill you. But it will make you sore when you're done with everything. Might even make the trial a little harder. You still have to do it though, if you want Arashi to be quelled. Anyway, 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 you just go into your stupor, and if you pass the trial, you'll know because Arashi won't attack you. Um, anyway, so well, I suggest you don't jump into the water. Just take your hand and take a sip. Take as many as you need. Eventually, you should be able to dip into it before things get really bad. But again, you should be fine before that hits. Um, I've noticed that not all of you have sparks in you. That might be problematic for some of you. No, it's just that it won't happen if you don't. Nah, it should be fine. Enough of you have the spark, and if enough of you pass, then with enough luck, Arashi should just give you a pass. I'll be able to persuade her, if nothing else. We've been hanging around for a bit. I know the ins and outs of how she thinks, and if nothing else, yeah, should be fine. Hopefully. Hmm. Well, if you hated that place, I don't think you're gonna like what's coming next. Anyway, yeah, I stand by with what I said. Okay, I need you to make an Arcana check as you drink it. All right, all of you who are drinking, roll an Arcana check. Shava will do the same. Okay. Yeah. Do you have proficiency already? Do you? Then it is proficient. Why are you asking me that question? Right, but that's only because there are certain things you're not proficient with. If you're already proficient with it, you just roll with proficiency. Oh shit. Uh, get Mishi to roll as well. She might be dead. All right. So if you got less than a 20, uh, you are still awake and take 1 point of exhaustion. Everyone else, just go. Just immediately goes unconscious. That is Shaba and Tessa. All right. Whoa, wait, wait, wait. What makes you think someone fell into the water? I mean, you're still fine. If nothing else, Boulder will catch you. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, Shaba and Tessa went down easily. However, everyone else gets a point of exhaustion. All right. Uh-huh. All right. So Arcana check with disadvantage. The DC is lowered by 5 this time, though, for everyone else. So go again. All right. That is another point of exhaustion on Romelius. Same thing with Agaron. Non as well. Mishi roll an Arcana check with disadvantage. All right. Yes. That's with disadvantage though. No. Yeah, no. He's not he meant what he said when he said he's not going to kill you. And he did mean what he said that this will be taxing on the body. Nothing about what he said was a lie. All right. That's the DC is 10, by the way. Yes. I hope. Uh, Mishi is down. Hopefully, he rolled with disadvantage. All right. The DC now is 5 with 3 points of exhaustion to go. No, you're not dead. You just. All right. Acheron. All right, Acheron. You can drink one more time and you will succeed because the DC is 0, but you have 4 points of exhaustion. No, it's a 6 pass because it was a. Yeah, so you were good on the 6. No, not the 8. Misha, you didn't have to roll again. Misha, you didn't have to roll again. Valerie, be quiet. You mishear a lot of things, Misha, and I actually don't understand. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. So all of you kind of see a similar thing, right? Um, each one of you stands surrounded in a white room, surrounded by many, many doors. Each door has a different symbol on it. One has a clenched fist with light beaming through the cracks of the fingers. Another has a wand with a crystal orb on top of it. The other is Metropolis City. Another is a scythe. Another is an anvil. Another is a gravestone. Another is a book. Another is a plus sign, i.e., what you see on medical health packs and whatever. The other is a sun. The other is a budding sprout. The other is a gavel, which is that thing that not warriors, judges use to whack on the board saying order. Another is two hands shaking. Another one is a shield. Another one is a cave. Another one is a flexing arm. Another one is a storm cloud. Another one is a mask. Another one is a setting sun. Another is a stained sword. Another one is a knight kneeling, propped up by a sword. You guys have one choice to make. Starting, so we'll start with Agaron, but everyone else make your choices. Um, yeah, but yeah, Agaron, let's start with you, but everyone else make your choices. You can go ahead and type out which one you want, based on the symbol. No, Romilius, you can't show him. You can't show him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine. But no, like, go ahead, Agron, pick which one you want to go down. Okay? You open the book and you go inside. You're sitting, you stand, you open the door and you enter the office of someone you recognize, someone you spent a long time with, and it is your master, a good friend. Where did I put his name? John D. He's like stacking up some books and hearing the door open is like, oh, hi, Garon. It's good to see you. Come inside. Come inside. Agaron, as you walk in, you remember that you came here because you need John D. asks something of you. You don't remember. You don't remember like what exactly. He just was very cryptic. He was just saying, "Hey, come to my office. I need to show you something." This is all normal to you. Ah, well, you see, I just recently got my hands on a pretty rare book, all things considered. What makes it rare, I'm not sure, but it's all I can say with absolute certainty is that I have never seen such a collection of alchemic knowledge in my entire life. Yes, it does. I've read through a couple of it, and well, I'll be honest, it's a little more than I could possibly hope to comprehend in this one moment. So I figured, why let it go to waste? And who better to give it to than you? Of course. It is yours, after all. There's nothing special about the cover, just lettered back and front with a huge number of pages from top to bottom. You open it and you begin to skim it, and you realize that John D was understating the whole it being pretty useful. You read about everything you could possibly imagine about alchemy, things that you already knew, but then other stuff that you didn't know beforehand. You are awashed with so much of this knowledge of alchemy that you feel near inspired to do something with it. Well, what are you going to do with it? You're now walking down the road, trying to contemplate this idea. What about a spark? What about a spark? You hear a familiar voice. You seem to be in a tizzy there. What you got there, Baccarat? Uh, and behind you, you see Nala walking up with a bunch of red roses in a basket. Yeah, I see it. You trust Nala. Nala would never lead you astray. She takes the book in her hand and opens it. I don't see why you're so in a tizzy about all this. It's simple. You simply expand your knowledge and do whatever you want with it. In my personal opinion, I think you should use it to create you create things that no one would have ever thought of, as is the true nature of alchemy. Is that right? I don't see why it can't be. If you want more advice, if you want more advice, I think it should be used to create the Philosopher's Stone. Hmm, it really is. Um, when you do when you do this, um, you see Nala's smiling face, and then in front of you, you're holding this red gem that seems to glisten in the firelight around you. It is a burning city. You don't know which city it is. You have this idea that you took you used your you used the book to create a philosopher's stone. You knew what you had to do. You knew what you wanted to do. All this in order so that you can achieve the alchemic goal to create the philosopher's stone. You remember hearing the screams of the souls being ripped out of the people around you, but it was for the pursuit of knowledge, right? No? You wanted to share knowledge. How did you want to share it? You wanted to teach. What would you teach them? Is this not what al? Go ahead. Agaron, you now stand in a classroom full of young, just all kinds of races. Not all of them are in the same room, but all of them young, bright eyed, and looking at you as you stand in front of a table with an apple on your left side. Behind you, you have drawn a picture of what it means to create a philosopher's stone as you hold the prime example of one around your neck. Pride swells as they raise their hands to ask and answer questions as you begin to explain the method that everyone is proud of. You're very proud of what you have done. You're very proud of the people you've talked to. But there's one person that you see that is not a part of your classroom. It's not a teacher, not a student, a woman of youngish looking age. with midnight colored hair and a dress that suits the same color. Pretty fair skin, white like a shining star, watches you and smiles and nods her head in uh, assurance. You have gained, or rather, you shall. You hear her speak. You shall now pursue the domain of knowledge. All right, Anon, it's your turn. You picked. All right, Anon, you. All right, you, Anon. I hope you can hear this part though. All right, so you picked the storm cloud. You walked through that door, and let's see. You're standing in the open front door of your foster mother's um your foster mother's house. Your young boy uh with nothing but curiosity on your mind. Nothing else to consider. She's the way you remember her, she was fairly elderly. Not too old, but old enough to keep it in mind that in due time, by the time you're of proper age, she may still be rocking in a wheelchair on the side of the porch. She sees you over there. She sees you as you enter. Hello, Anon. Did you have fun outside? Did you find anything special? Were you afraid? Hmm. She smiles really big. I hope you bring something back at the very least. As proof of your adventure. They shall not. You remember eating a very good warm meal, and the next day you did as you promised. You went into the cave and you found a obsidian rock. You hold it in your hand, proud of what you found, hoping to show your foster mother what you have found with pride, only to find that the house was has a shattered window to it, door broken open. And you see these kids that you've seen afar run out, uh, laughing almost maniacal like. Your heart sinks, not knowing what to think. You run to the house. Your foster mother crumbled up on the ground, head split open, blood pouring from the top. You see rocks, some stained with blood, some in the scattered glass, sitting there. Wind billows around you, as I would imagine. Storm clouds roll over. Thunder and lightning crackle the sky. What would you do in this moment? Why? Your fault or the children's fault? You think a couple of moments later and you are awash in winds enough to blow you high enough into the sky above all of the tallest buildings in this village. Lightning strikes down and beneath you, beneath your shining eyes, are the children and the parents who would dare let such people hurt your mother. Your hand is raised, ready to shoot, ready for a lightning to crackle down on these people. Do you let go? Why not? They heard her, did they not? Maybe it was because of you, but they did it anyway. You had nothing to do with this. She had nothing to do with this, and they did it anyway. You sure about that? Then, and with that, the lightning strikes down and eviscerates the people beneath you, and you touch down to the ground. Nothing but shambles of what once been a town. Everyone is gone and eviscerated into a pile of ash, except for one person, strangely enough. A woman in nightfall hair, a similar colored dress, skin as white as the brightest star in the sky. And she watches as a tear flows down her eyes, but she wipes it away. She just nods her head. You shall now pursue the domain of Tempest. All right, Mishi. Type something if you can hear me. Okay. So you open the mask door. And you open a door to a familiar pub. You're at Forkfell, and this is um, the one in place that everyone loves to go to. You living here, you also know that there is a sort of secret, sort of not, casino here. The Barge right in. It's a place where everyone goes. And there you see a pale man dressed in a dapper suit with a red tie, looking around, making sure that everyone is doing right, not doing anything wrong. Mishi, how are you doing today? Oh, that's good to hear. Say, you have time to spare. I have an errand I'd like you to give a whirl, if that's all right. Sure, I have time. Oh, cool. Well, he kind of takes you to the side, one arm around you. Despite your physical physique, he always seemed to be just a bit stronger than you, as if he was able to lift you off your feet if given the chance. Now, according to some people I know, there are There's someone in town, upright, owes the place money. We need you to get that money back. Should be simple. Man's fat, slow, but his carriage isn't. We need to get it back before the time's up, and I think you would be a person for the job. And that sounds like me, all right? All right, get it done. Mishi, I need you to roll a stealth check. Be honest now. 13. Unfortunately, you're caught. Um, and this noble now within their grasp. At a backseat? To think you would dare try to take something from me. But of course, that's just how your kind works. Give me one reason why I shouldn't skin you alive where you stand. Rishi is typing away. Remelius, you're next. Not yet though. I just letting you know. Mercy. Yeah, all that time, just type mercy. The man is not at all moved by your words. Before you do anything, you should be a little more careful with your words than that. If you want to get out of this, you'll have to be a bit more clever with how you speak. Mishi's typing. Indeed, it would be better to act with a bit more tact than to expect forgiveness of off the bat. So what do you do? I lied to and say that I was there to tell all of another group trying to get their goods. Roll persuasion. Whoops. All right. You're able to trick the man in believing that there was someone else uh, with him. You find that this brings him to such a disarray that he just falls into madness, trying to defend his fortune, what little he had left after you were done. You go by another name. You don't, but do you flaunt your success? It makes sense if you would. You're able to get out of a tough situation unlike anyone else could. Right in the right in the face of failure, and you got out of that alive. Should tell should people should know about that. You are immediately kicked out. Yeah, got out. Well, good. My bad. So, do you tell everyone? There's no reason why you shouldn't. You gotta, you got out of, you got out of that first one. You can get out the other ones. Tesla don't help him. No one will help you when you need it most. Valerie, Valerie, Valerie. Wait, I don't understand. Did you answer? I don't know if you answered the question. So do you like tell everyone or do you not? I'm not sure I understand. Oh, no, I'm saying like, do you tell people or do you not? Like about your exploits? Yeah, do you tell people? All right, cool. So you tell everyone about what you've done. Just scream it out to the heavens and you let everyone know what you have become. Of course, this becomes interesting as now everyone knows what you've done. Everyone knows what you can do and what you will do. You're always on the run because people know about you, who you are, what you will do. And amongst the faces, only one does not seem to judge what you were. A lady with twilight hair with a similar colored dress. skin as bright as the shining star. She shakes her head, as if seeing something funny. You will pursue the domain of trickery. Romilius, what door do you go? The knight kneeling? Okay. Alright. So you go to. So you open the door, and you're on a branch. On this branch, you see a couple of people that you know quite well. Let's see. Here we go. You see your two other siblings. Um, you see, I think it's Piper or Pips, as you like to call him, and you see Alicia. It's about time you woke up. Uh, Pips kind of speaks up. Of course you do. Alicia pipes up. Alicia is a girl, right? What did you dream about? You don't quite remember. Remelius? Cool. Okay. Go on. Of course. You're always talking about your great adventures. Well, we got one right now. It's picking truffles. Come on. No! You literally have the best nose out of all of us. We can't do this without you. Inevitably, you go down with your siblings. Um, Eventually, you continue to help them find the truffles that they found, and um, they all make it back. You all begin to make your way with a smile on your faces. This was fun, all things considered. Yeah. What do you mean? We haven't done. We haven't. We haven't. We've literally been sleeping in the same room last night. Uh, you continue. You continue to go about your journey. Uh, this memory being one of the happier ones that you recall. Alicia is crying on the bedside of your parents. You never got to say goodbye. Why did this have to happen? They didn't have to go so soon. They were old, Romilius, and they died. Say again. You were able to comfort her for the time you had. Your brother already gone on his own adventure. Eventually, this inspired you, among other things, to go on your own adventure out into the wilderness until eventually you get to the city of Idrisil. There you met a old dwarf named Salja who took you in quite delightfully, and you grew a close bond. Romelius knocking on the side of the wall where you made your bed. I don't mean to sound like a greedy old woman, but I would much appreciate if you made my favorite pancakes. Salvia always liked what you cooked. Might be the reason why she kept you around. Eh, whatever the case may be. It was still something that brings you joy whenever she eats delightfully of your food. This would continue until Salvia, at some point, lost her home. She was cast out into the streets. No one was there to help her. They couldn't. There she sits in the cold wind. Only the lightest of blankets covering her. You should focus on yourself, Vermilius. Leave me be. I've been by I've been by myself for a long time, ever since I left my original home. This will be no different. You never were able to help her. The sadness clouded her mind. Something deep in her past that she was unable to tell you led her to, well, only you were there at her funeral. If you call putting a dwarf in a hole a funeral. How do you how can you move on from this? She was your greatest confidant. Forward? What's forward? So why move forward at all? Can you say that again? It's always that last part. It's always that last part that gets muffled. But how can you be sure there will be anything in, in front of you? You could be walking forever and find nothing. Say again. You now stand on the hand of, to you, a giant woman, but probably normal size for what she is. Long nightfall hair, similar colored dress, skin as white as the brightest star in the sky. She takes her finger and pats you on the head. You will follow the domain of zeal. Tessa, what door do you go down? What symbol is it? Cool. All right. You open the door to the shield and you find you find your old home. Your mother and father are waiting there, and they kind of turn to you as like, Tessa, where have you been? We've been looking all over for you. What do we need? Well, have you been practicing? Well, show us, just so we know that you have done what we've asked. Moral performance. And you close enough. That's a 19. So you dance, and your family is convinced. Hmm. All right, come on. We cooked something for you, and what you have is one of your favorite foods to have. It's one of the few times you can look at your family and be in the same place and just eat like a normal household. Do you love your family? And there they stand in front of you. Bandits, or what you can only assume are bandits, with knives sharp and gangly. Your father is bleeding from the chest where he was stabbed. Your mother is holding you tightly. Though you are about the same size as her, she holds you as tight as she can, close to her chest. Your father's mouth is crackling with lightning. Don't come any closer. I won't let you. Come on, old man. Just kill over and die already. We won't. We won't damage the goods, we promise. Your mother holds you tighter at that comment. What do you do? What can you do? Why? Has he not made you into something as an object? Someone to just dance for God knows what? Why protect him? But they did a wrong thing to you. They held back information. And there you stand, sort of guarding this huge pyre, this everlasting flame, a jewel of Kuyufa. And here you stand, ready guarded, as orcs by the dozens flood into the temple. You and two others are the last remaining to guard this place. What do you do? You fight to your heart's content. They're stronger. They outnumber you. You could die. All for what? An inanimate fire? Do you? The city is not the buildings, it's its people. And even then, you too are its people. Is you not dying contradictory to that statement? And your father, was he many? And you would give up, and you would give up everything. Your legs to dance, the blood you share to cast magic. Would you give up your connection to a great power? Would you give up the power you were given? At what cost? How much would you give up before everyone is defended? Not just your life, but even your name, your very existence. And you see a path, this cold wasteland, a mountain that stands above all other things except the roots that climb to what can only be considered a building. You barely remember who you are, and you see these abstract people Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. But you know that by giving up who you are, they can live the rest of their lives free. They will never remember you. Is it worth your existence to save others? They will never remember you. They won't even say praise your name, even in the slightest of sins. They will not drink to you. They will not cheer for you. They will not even whisper and a thank you in silence. Is it really worth your existence to protect others? You feel a blanket wrapped around you. It's warmer now. Walking past you, the person who assumably put the blanket around you, a woman with long midnight hair, a dress of similar color. Her skin as white as a shining star in the sky. And she smiles at you. Pride. And maybe something else. never gave never gave way. You shall follow the app. You will follow the domain of protection. And I will see you guys another time.